Everybody to another episode of the Barn Session Podcast. My name is Sammy. I'm joined here by my brothers. Gentlemen, what's going on? Ryan Reese, how are you?
Fantastic.
Good to hear.
Super fine.
That's good to hear. Yeah, we got some wrestling to talk about. See where it takes us. I'm a little sorry. I'm having a hard time here. I watched a tough duel today.
You seem perturbed.
I'm a little perturbed.
He's upset about Indiana.
It was tough to watch, but that's okay.
Well, it's Indiana versus Northwestern. I'd imagine it would be tough to watch.
Damn. Okay.
That's mostly on Northwestern because they're so bad this year.
Yeah, they beat Indiana.
Wow.
Yeah, Indiana's had some, decent wins this year too. I was kind of shocked to see them lose that duel.
Yeah.
Spangler wrestle?
No. Which was kind of a problem.
Yep.
And Caden Rooks wrestled a kid that bumped up from 125, and the kid beat him.
Oof.
Those were kind of our two matches. And Brayton Lee didn't wrestle either. And our wrestler kind of went from trying to not give up the tech fall. No, I have no idea why. He was there. He was in his wrestling shoes and all that. I don't know.
He just got a big win over Luan too.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's saving his seed, but I would have liked to see him wrestle Trevor Chumbley, but that's okay. That's all right. Doesn't matter. Looking forward to the postseason. We're almost there. How was your weekend? Talk to me about about how things have been for you.
We just trained. We nationals for junior college is March 1st and 2nd, so we're just training.
Absolutely. I did have a question about that because, Dad brought something up to me. So you guys wrestled last weekend for your
qualifier.
Is it regional qualifier,
Districts,
right?
Districts, regionals, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
The tournament before nationals.
Yep.
And then this weekend, another set of qualifiers happened, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It seems weird to me.
It is weird. I don't know why they do it that way. It used to all be on the same weekend, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It is what it is.
I don't like that.
So, well,
I don't like that.
So nationals used to be junior college nationals used to be a week earlier. It used to be the same weekend as Kansas High School State.
Correct.
Now, it's in Council Bluffs at Mid America, where they have the Council Bluffs High School tournament. They got a bunch of tournaments there. So I guess they moved it back a week to that first week of March because the circus is in town. Like a legit circus is booked for that weekend, and I'm guessing they make more money than us. So
is it like a state fair type thing, or is it just a circus?
No, it's a legit circus. They basically have two circuses back to back. Let's put it that way.
Nice. Love that.
I love it. I can't wait for the Junior College National Circus. It's going to be amazing.
Good. Yeah, and Reese, you had regionals this weekend. How'd the team do?
We did pretty good. Qualified 5 guys, and I think we took 11th. Wasn't terrible.
One champ.
Had a champ.
Yeah, pretty good weekend.
Nice. I saw that there were 18 teams. I don't know if that was right or wrong.
16.
Interesting.
There's only 2 regionals now, Sammy.
Well, I know that. I was part of that my senior year.
Oh, okay.
Maybe there was 2 test teams on track wrestling on the team list or whatever. But awesome. So you guys both have lots of great stuff coming up. That's cool.
Sure do.
I'm excited for you guys.
Yeah.
I got a whole lot of nothing going on down here. We Alabama State's happened this weekend. Kids that I trained did not do well, but that's all right. We're moving on.
I guess
Let
we
me
saw.
send you.
Go ahead,
Ryan.
Reese. No, Reese,
Okay.
go ahead.
I'm going to send you guys this picture for the state tournament shirts. And tell me what you think. Pretty cool.
For the
You
St.
think they're
James
cool?
shirts?
Yeah. We send them to you.
I wore a St. James shirt to practice today, Reese, and because of you guys, I was like, they wrestled this weekend. I'm wearing my St. James gear at practice today.
Mike is fired up. He's fired up boy right now.
I have not. I have not worn a St. James shirt in a while.
Well,
it's okay.
Oh, these are nice.
Holy crap!
These are nice.
There's a lot going on in these.
I like them. Sign me up.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, he's. I don't know where he came up with that idea, but I think it was last year's 2 qualifiers. I think that's what made him think of that. He was
Interesting.
like, well,
I'm about it. I'm getting one. I haven't gotten a St. James shirt in a while. I'm getting this one for sure.
Wow.
Sweet about it.
So
I'm
assuming somebody at Blue Chip designed it.
Probably. He probably had some help.
Yeah.
Blue Chip.
oh yeah. I mean, you think, yeah.
I was gonna say I don't think Mike's
You think Mike would have made that?
an artist. Maybe.
I mean, but he's had like
Secret talent.
Coach Jimmy Muehlberger. He's like,
I'm sure he described what he wanted.
He's come up with like stuff that's been on our t-shirts, and you know what I mean. So
the graphics and stuff wasn't Blue Chip's idea. I mean, like the who's next. That was obviously Mike's idea.
Right. I
Nice.
like that a lot. And Will's after this weekend. I think Will's got a pretty good shot at bringing home a title. So,
dude, yeah, that'd be sweet.
I'm for it.
That would be awesome.
I'm for it.
That would be awesome to see.
I was actually on Friday, went down to the Iowa High School State Tournament. And man, let me tell you, that is a spectacle to behold. That is a sweet high school state tournament.
It seemed like it was popping off on Twitter.
Yeah.
Well,
Twitter and yeah.
IA Wrestle, which is run by Tony Hager, they do a great job of marketing and getting, content out. And and then the tournament itself, like everyone there is like, it's just fun. It's a lot of fun. And there was a lot of good, matches that happened. They had two wrestlers this year going for their 4 state titles. Both of them got beat. Max Magana, he got upset in the semifinals. On Friday afternoon, I guess 3A went in the afternoon. So, and then Carter Freeman got beat by a Dodger, a kid from Fort Dodge in the finals in overtime. So,
didn't that Davison kid? That's who beat him, right?
Yeah, Coy. Yep.
Didn't he beat him earlier in the season too?
They've split. They split earlier in the year. Yep. Mm-hmm. Because Carter. That's why Carter was the 1 seed. Coy was the 2 because Carter had the last win over him.
I see.
I'm pretty sure that's how it went down. I might be wrong. But yeah, it was that was a fun match. Shout out Fort Dodge. I live in Fort Dodge, so shout out Fort Dodge. They came away with 3 champs: Coy Davidson, Demarion Ross, and Drayshawn. Drayshawn Ross, dude, looked incredible. Pinned his way through the tournament. Only 1 match went past the first period, so he looked good. Fort Dodge came away with 3rd place. Good for them. Southeast Polk ran away with it. They had an incredible team this year, and then Bettendorf also had an incredible team. They were 2nd. So
nice to see Bettendorf back on top or adjacent.
Yep,
adjacent.
Top adjacent.
Close to it.
They had a lot of guys in the semis. I remember being like, man, how are they not closer in this team race? They got a lot of dudes in the semis, but so did Southeast Polk. So,
yeah, I was seeing videos about it all weekend long. Upsets and just crazy matches, close competitive matches. How was the officiating down there? I don't feel like I saw any complaints about it, but what do you think, Ryan?
I saw some stuff that was kind of like, I mean, one thing that like sticks out in my mind, and I'm a little biased here. in Drew Ayala's semifinals match, towards the end of the first period, they gave Jake Knight a takedown, and I don't know. It could have gone either way. Personally, I thought it was not a takedown yet, but who knows? Other than that, I mean, I don't know. It's so hard when you're constantly watching college wrestling, right? And you're in a college wrestling room. You're constantly watching college wrestling, and then you just see how high school is officiated, and sometimes it just doesn't make sense to you. So,
especially the out of bounds. I still don't understand the out of
dude,
bounds.
The out of bounds makes. I mean,
it makes no sense.
I was talking to Carly last night because she was like, oh, they called out of bounds on that, and I was like, yeah, it needs to just be the same as college. It does. It truly does.
I bet every official would, or at least 90% of them would probably agree with that.
It makes their lives easier. Honestly, it really would. It's like it's black and white. If there's anything within the cylinder, it's in bounds.
The rules for like pins and back points are so bad. Like it makes no sense. I can't even remember how someone described it to me the other day, but it was like, dude, it was unbelievable that's how they describe it in the rule book. It's just crazy.
Hopefully that'll get changed. But I don't know. We'll see. So, but yeah, I'll be coming down to Salina and Wichita next weekend. Reese, I'll need a place to stay, and
all right,
coming down for a little recruiting, trying to get some Kansas guys to be Tritons.
Oh, dude, I forgot to I thought about it until the finals, or I thought about it during the finals, and I was like, well, if he wins, I'll ask him, and if he loses, I am not going to ask him.
I'll get it from Dustin. Don't even worry about it. Dustin was in Japan this past week, so.
Oh, Dustin Bielhar, yeah, they're related. I forgot.
Yes, they're cousins. So.
Good job.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is going to sound bad. I had it. Dustin got me the number, but he called me and told me to write it down, which
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, and then I lost it. I lost it.
Yeah.
I lost the number.
What does he think this is? Like the 1980s?
I don't know. So, and then he was in Japan, so it's like, how do I, I don't know how to really get a hold of him. I guess I could have snapped him, but I'll get the number. I'll just talk to Evan when I see him. So
yeah, but they didn't look very good at regionals. They kind of choked big time.
What about that? Did that Christensen kid win it?
He won it. Yeah, I mean they had their bright spots, but I mean they didn't win it as a team. Lansing beat them.
Oh, wow.
I think Lansing and Aquinas might have both finished ahead of them.
Yeah, Lansing was in first, and then Blue Valley Southwest, Aquinas, Spring Hill, and then Baser.
Who's the Lansing head coach right
now? The dude who was at
it's not Nick Flynn, right?
Holly, I think is his name, or it's Turner. He used to be at Turner. The short dude.
Yeah. God, he was good. He was good when he was at Turner. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he seems like they got a whole group of freshmen that are really good right now. Yeah, they're pretty.
Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Stay with me.
They've
Paulie Hansen.
That's right.
That's who it is. Well, I mean, you're combining Paulie and Hansen to Holly.
No, that's probably what I did.
Holly Panson. That's what you were trying to do.
Hilarious.
Paulie Hansen. Yeah, I'm sure he's doing a great job with Lansing. So.
Yeah.
Zooming out a little bit, I want to take a look at some of these duels. We're recording this on Sunday, just after the Penn State Nebraska duel, and we can start there, honestly, because it's very fresh in our minds. What'd you guys think?
I thought Nebraska looked pretty good. Well, except I thought in some areas, I thought Kasak looked great. He had an opportunity to kind of steal that match away from Levitt. Didn't get it done, obviously. Levitt secured a takedown there at the end and won. But I thought Kasak looked good. Levi looks like he's coming on strong now.
Yeah, I
Caleb
I
Smith. I
missed
was super impressed with Caleb Smith.
I missed the 157 and 165. But I read your guys' messages about just how Haynes is starting to pull away from the field.
I don't think
Um,
necessarily that's what's happening. I just thought
He's
Peyton Robb looked not good.
well. Levi has definitely looked much better than he did earlier in the year when he was wrestling guys like Crosby from Oregon State, or you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
I think
Where
he's
he's
looking better for sure. But there's
yeah,
still
yeah,
like
yeah.
a lot of guys that he hasn't had to wrestle. Like a lot of top 10, 15-ish guys that he hasn't had
I
to
agree.
wrestle.
No, I agree with you. I agree.
yeah,
So,
But Rob
I'm
had
ex-
he had nothing really for Haynes. He was holding on in that entire first period and finally kind of caught up to him.
yeah.
I'm
Antrell,
excited to
Antrell
see.
Taylor scored the first takedown on Messenbrink, but then it was all Mitchell Messenbrink after this. After that, I mean,
Held it to a decision, 8-5.
he
Wasn't bad.
yeah, but there was a point where I can't remember what happened, but Messenbrink went back to the center and kind of looked over at Taylor, and Taylor was slow getting back, and he just started clapping his hands, and the whole crowd got going. I was like, yeah, he smells
Yeah.
blood.
Yeah, that's not fun to come back to the center of the mat too when your opponent is already there waiting, clapping their hands.
Yeah.
Not a good feeling.
Oh, you're tired already? This isn't even my final form.
Yeah, gotta see somebody who can push both Mesenbrink and Haynes. Aside from, I mean, they both had very close matches. Who was Mesenbrink's match? It was at the Journeyman Classic. Who did he wrestle that he almost lost to?
I don't know.
You guys remember?
One guy I really want to see him wrestle is Hamidi, just because I think Hamidi will be able to hang out with him, in the gas tank area.
Maybe. I don't know. It's that offense that I'm wary of. Just the amount that he can shoot and attack.
But Dean,
It was
Dean
Nico
is
Ruiz.
strong. Dean is strong and
Long. Yeah.
and does not get tired. Have you ever seen Hamidi get tired?
No, I as a matter of fact, I just watched I was right before that. I was watching the Iowa Wisconsin duel, and he wrestled Caliendo the full 7 minutes, and he needed to be able to beat him.
Yeah.
And he was stopping shots and at least matching up strength wise with somebody who, when you use the eye test, looks much stronger than him. So
Right.
But yeah, the match that I was thinking about was Mesenbrink against Nico Ruiz. It was 14-10.
That was a good match. I remember that match.
Yeah. His other closest match this year was 8-5 to his teammate, Terrell Bearclaw.
Yeah, he's having a great year as a backup.
Dude, go somewhere else. You have another year.
Do you, Terrell?
I guess, right? Like, why not be part of the best team in history? I don't know. But
Maybe
back
he
to the
is going
duel.
to leave. Maybe he's not. So
Back to the duel. Davis drops the match to Smith, and we don't see Nagao, and that puts us in a good position, or puts the Huskers in a good position to see if they can possibly sneak this duel out. And at 141, that was kind of stopped, and a lot of people, me included, are probably going to look at the ref to cast blame.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Reese did it first.
Go for the crocodile tears.
I mean,
Yeah.
dude, how do you stop that? How do you call that PD? He didn't even wasn't pulling the leg out or nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I mean, did he stop it for PD or injury time?
Yes, no, he called PD, and then Messenbrink asked for injury, or not Messenbrink.
Well,
Bartlett
that's
Bartlett asked for injury time after they called the PD. And then he was fine. He wasn't. I don't know. It just
You can't even defend that.
No, there's no defense to it.
Indefensible.
He's guilty.
Guilty.
Yeah, that's a tough one because Brock Hardy looked like he was capable for the last 2 minutes of that match, that he was capable of attacking and scoring on Bartlett, which was interesting to see.
I'll give Bo some credit. Bo came out there, scored right away, and was wrestling really well, and then kind of slowed down towards the end of the match. And I mean, if you're going to win a national title, you got to be able to. I don't know.
Got to
Put them
wrestle the whole
matches
match.
away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then the last 3 or last 4 matches were, aside from, I guess, 184. 184 is the only other one we can really talk about that's got intrigue behind it. Did you see the final exchange?
Yes, it was not a takedown for.
Not a takedown.
No,
Good.
it was not.
Did you see the first takedown? That was almost not called a takedown.
Yes,
Dude.
I told
was
you.
like, ref, what are you looking at?
I said it in the group text, and I'll say it on the podcast. That referee has been bailing him out all year long.
Yeah.
I can't
it
remember.
would be interesting.
I can't remember for a fact, and maybe you guys can correct me here. Is that not the referee that bailed out Davis against Kilcree in the Ohio State duel?
I don't know. I can't remember what that ref looked like, but it would be interesting to see what duels that official has officiated for Penn State and if there's any correlation. People will do that for, like, in the NFL, they'll do that for the Kansas City Chiefs. They'll be like, this ref, he plays this position as an official and he has never called this flag against the offensive line or whatever.
Right.
And it's like, that's an interesting correlation.
I want to bring up a point, or a question at least, about the 49 finish. What do we think about those situations where you're in a whizzer and you sneak the boot in? Like, should that be addressed in some way?
If you have a seatbelt, tight waist, whatever you want to call it, across the back, and you step in, you got a boot in, I think that's 3, especially if you get them broken down. Now,
it's always called 3, right?
yeah,
I saw it not called 3 though, like a week ago. I can't remember what match it was, but go ahead. Sorry.
But now, if you're in on like a single and he's got a whizzer, a shin whizzer, and then you step the leg in there, and the guy, doesn't, even if he's flat, it just kind of depends. But that from that position, then it's, in my opinion, could go either way. But if you got a seatbelt and you throw the leg in, especially if you get him flat, it's 3 all day. Yeah. I thought it was 3 for Levitt. I thought they waited too long to call it, but
it was 3, but like, man, he never. They ended up in a situation where he didn't like maintain control, because it was like he snuck that boot in, and it was like
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Whatever.
That's what I mean when I say I felt like they waited a little bit too long, gave him a little bit too much reaction time there to call it, because then when they did call it, by the time Kasak started actually like trying to defend it and do something, then it kind of was like, oh, was it really 3? Was it really 3?
That was immediate. He snuck the boot in, and immediately he tried to hip him over. And you saw Ridge's head was all the way, like, almost touching the mat. And, like, I don't know.
Maybe.
And I've always wondered, like, why do they consider that? It's never been defined, I feel like, why that is 2 automatically when you sneak the boot in like that.
So let's define it then. It's not a takedown until you get them broken down. Just like a cradle, right?
I think that's the right call. I think you need to have them broken down.
Just like a cradle. They don't really call it if you're still up in a base, but if you get them broken down onto a hip, then they give you your points, right?
Yeah. Or like hooking the near leg or whatever. I don't really call it like that, but they should.
I like it when I have the whizzer and they try and sneak that boot in. I like that because typically I'm able to roll through.
Oh, you're saying when
put them on their
people
back.
did it to you?
Yeah.
Not me, Sammy. Not me, Sammy. I would take you down every time.
I'm gonna bring something up here. I did it to Sammy one time.
Probably. Yeah. No. Like I don't think I got good at countering it until college. So
yeah.
I don't know, but if they were gonna review it and say that it wasn't a takedown, I was gonna revoke Bo Nichols' NCAA title over Gabe Dean.
Oh, because he did the same. Yeah. Well, I don't remember how that sequence went. Did they end up in like a scramble situation?
I don't remember. I know. I think the period ended in that position. Oh. No, I think it was like the end of the first period or the end of the second period, and they ended in that position.
Did that match go to overtime?
No,
I didn't think so.
But to sum it up, Penn State went 10-0 in duels in the season. They won the Big Ten. And yeah, I saw a tweet. It was Bosch, Justin Bosch. And he's like, I'm putting this out there with no context. And it was the Penn State starting lineup versus like the next best guy or the best guy at every single weight class. And I was like, oh crap, this is alarmingly close. So what do we do about that? Because I don't want it to just stay like that.
Sounds like we need a college version of the Dapper Dan.
No. I don't want to find out. I don't want a team
know.
to ever be that close.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it.
Dude, there were Iowa teams in the Gable era that were like that. You know,
I wasn't alive for that, so I couldn't do anything about it.
Well,
Hopefully, it'll
I'm
just
saying.
regress back to the mean or whatever. I'm hopeful.
Right. Hopefully it does that, or possibly because of the landscape that we have right now with name, image, likeness, and the portal, that things could get worse.
We'll see. They're going to lose a few really, really, really good dudes, and man, I know it's been this way for like 10 plus years, but it's got to end at some point.
Who are they losing? They're losing Brooks.
Brooks? Oh,
Starachi's coming back. Starachi's coming back.
Yeah. But when those two and Kirk are gone, like
Kirk's coming back.
I know, but when they are gone,
mm-hmm.
you wonder like who's going to replace those upper weights that'll be on that level. Like they've always had those. Zach Ryder.
They got that Zach Ryder kid coming in, right?
There's no way that they're going to get that guy to that level, in my opinion.
What about Barr?
Maybe Barr. I don't know.
Barr will be 84, won't he?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, same weight, yeah.
I mean, Barr's going to slide in the next year because Bernie and Brooks are gone. So Barr will slide in.
But that's where they've had their, like... That's what's made them, I feel like, so successful, right? Those type of weights.
But was Starachi that heralded of a recruit coming out of high school?
I mean, he was like a number one, like top recruit, but no, he wasn't.
Because I know Brooks was up there. I know Brooks was like...
They didn't sign Carter till late either, right? But everyone pretty much knew that's where Carter was going to go.
I don't know.
I kind of thought... I don't know. I might be wrong. I thought it was kind of like later. Like, wasn't it after he won state his senior year and then he... like?
Oh, no. It was before that.
It was before that? Okay. My bad.
But it was like his senior year, right? It was like the 2018-19 season.
He was 6th on the big board, I think.
So he was, pretty high.
Well, Willie obviously knew.
That's the big board, though. Oh, Willie was still on the job at that point, wasn't he?
Yep. Yes, he was. But this one was done by Dan. So
Wilmsy.
Yep. Yes. Oh, speaking of Flow Wrestling, do you guys have anything to say about their little broadcast that they had for episode 1000?
Nomad is a great value, Willie Saylor. I'll say that.
Oh, great!
Shots
like
fired.
like a
Walmart brand.
Yeah. I got you. I thought you meant like he's of great value. I'm like, okay, good.
Nope.
Good praise. Nice.
Nope. Walmart brand.
Nope. Yeah. Okay.
Off-brand Willie Saylor, and you know what? That is praising him. That might be giving him too much praise.
Rescinded.
Your Aldi's brand.
Ooh, don't hate on Aldi's.
Aldi's is hitting lately.
Oh, really? When was the last time either of you shopped there?
I've never shopped at Aldi's.
Katie and I went there not too long ago. We went there. We put our little quarter in our cart and we went around.
I don't have an Aldi's.
They do everything so differently
card.
Here.
Do they have?
No, it's not a membership card. You put a little quarter in the cart so that they don't. I don't know why they do it.
So there's no rewards program.
I mean, there might be, but not as far as I know. I think they keep shit simple, which is like kind of their philosophy. I don't know.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
I don't know, people are like, "Oh, you want to save money? Go shop at Aldi's." It's really not that much cheaper. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Nothing's cheap anymore.
Nope.
It's all a lie. But Ryan, what?
Okay.
Any thoughts?
I didn't listen to it either, but I mean, I saw Willie getting a lot of flack for going on there because Flo did this to him and Christian Piles did that to him and blah blah blah. Listen, Willie's an inspiration. I mean, let bygones be bygones. I guess it's forgive but don't forget kind of thing.
It felt like a ceasefire type thing where, all right, for the time being, right, we're going to celebrate this accomplishment and people, significant figures that were a part of that accomplishment. And I think that's how Willie, had his mindset going into it.
Willie knows, and everyone knows that there is no Flow Radio Live. Flow is not as popular without Willie Saylor. That's I saw
because they replaced him with Ben Askren. That's how you know, because they had to get Ben Askren. That's how they had to put out money. They literally had to pay a guy. They're like, well, what are we going to do now? Let's pay Ben Askren. Yeah.
And Ben Askren, as great as a wrestler he is, amazing wrestler, highly accomplished, still doesn't move the needle like Willie Saylor does.
I mean, I don't know.
Willie's probably a better analyst.
I wouldn't compare the two, but I will say that Ben Askren, it would not be. I would not listen to it. I enjoy Ben Askren a lot on the show. That's kind of like the main reason I listen.
I don't listen to the show at all. So.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But Willie flat out said in the broadcast, he was like, and we'll, maybe one day we'll hash it out over what happened. But for now, I just want to celebrate with you guys on this accomplishment. I was like, that's cool.
They brought back Brad Key. I thought bringing back Brad Key was cool.
Yeah.
Brad Key brought nothing to the show. I will say that.
Alien Hour.
Brad Key is so, dude.
Brad Key's he was hilarious.
Brad Key's hilarious? In what way?
I thought he was funny.
Man,
his wit.
There was one story that Willie tells about Brad Key coming over to his house, and Willie's Willie's got a charcoal grill. He's, for a charcoal grill, you mound up the charcoal, right? You put it in like a little bit of a pyramid. And Brad Key comes over there and goes, "What you doing, Willie? Just making charcoal mounds?" Or I don't know. The way Willie told the story, I remember listening to it. I was like, "That's hilarious. It's a good story."
Yeah,
it's one of my favorites.
I don't know. I can like different personalities from you, Reese. That's okay.
What? Oh,
I don't know. You just seem to not like.
I don't mind Brad Key. I just don't think he was like. I think like Brad Key, JD Raider, like a lot of those young guys do not add much. Like the show is. Whenever I listen to the show and it's missing Piles or it's missing Askren, I'm immediately like not that interested in the episode.
I can relate to that.
Yeah,
I'll take it. I liked Brad Key as an additive, but probably not.
Brad Key just had good rapport with a lot of those guys that were like he had good rapport with Nomad, with Willie, with Piles. I mean, I just with some of the newer younger guys, I just don't see the rapport like I used to. So
yeah, they're probably too young.
Probably.
And Brad Key at least wrestled Division I. Not trying to gatekeep. Not trying to gatekeep.
What are you gatekeeping? How
not trying to gatekeep. Not trying to gatekeep. I'm just saying.
They will not let you into gatekeep in this scenario. Why are you hating on the Nebraska Carney? I guess you can hate on Nebraska Carney.
I have to. Carney. My allegiance lies with Fort Hays State University.
Sure.
There you go. There's your reason, Reese.
Even though
looking at some of these other duels,
that one dude wrestled. Sorry, when that one dude he wrestled D1. That Tyler guy, you don't know him probably though.
Tyler Meisinger. Yeah,
Meisinger. Yeah,
yes.
He's man.
I do know him.
Oh.
We're the same age. We were in brackets.
Oh, really?
Not.
We were, aren't we?
No.
He was in the.
He was wrestling in college.
Bracket.
He was.
Thinking of a different
graduated.
Guy, thinking of a different guy. Excuse me.
Yeah. His last year, he qualified at nationals.
Nope, wrong guy.
The year that nationals got canceled, and he pinned Diego Lemley to qualify for nationals. But anyway, looking at some of these other duels, NC State beat the brakes off Cornell, which sucked to watch.
What do you think about that 184 match? Just asking.
Fishback and Foca?
Yeah.
I think that's two great scrappy wrestlers just having at it.
I feel like Foca is not big enough. That's my thoughts.
No, you're 100% right about that. But
What can you do? Yeah.
what can you do? You
And
can go back down, but
how about 125? What do you think about that match?
Camacho's back.
Camacho's
He's there.
back. Camacho looked pretty good.
He handled Brett Unger, who has been, I think, as high as 5th in the rankings, but is now down at number 16.
He was 13 when the match happened.
Oh, well, yeah, my bad. I meant 13 then. I'm not looking at the right rankings. Yeah, and I mean, another interesting one, because I think Vince Cornell is kind of hurt right now or a little banged up. They had Josh Saunders out there, who was definitely a high-level recruit coming out of high school, and he probably was in striking distance of beating Ryan Jack.
He about got it done.
Yeah.
Did you think he's... I mean, that made me think, like, why haven't they wrestled him more?
That's a good question.
Do you have you look like you had an answer there, and you just refrained. Okay. All right.
I liked seeing Shapiro kind of put it on Ed Scott. I think when I think about people at 157 who are going to contend for a title, and I put Levi Haynes as the final boss of winning 157, the people that I think that can do it right now are Chase Aldate, Vinny Zerban, and Meyer Shapiro. Those are the names that come to my mind.
To beat Haynes?
Yes, guys that can beat Haynes.
You don't think Andonian? Probably not.
No, I don't think he's going to be healthy.
Oh, what? Don't say that.
I think he's going to go out and wrestle, but I think he's going to be significantly hampered.
I thought he's back already.
Is he?
Yeah.
Am I an idiot?
Pretty sure he wrestled. I'm pretty sure.
No.
He's not wrestled?
No, 157, Clayton Ulry wrestled against Pittsburgh.
Is that, but like he hasn't wrestled since he got injured, is what you're telling me.
I can double check, but I'm pretty sure I haven't seen anything about it.
I thought I saw him wrestle in a duel against somebody. I don't know. Recently.
No, his last match was Meyer Shapiro.
Never mind.
Tough to see.
He'll be back and better than ever.
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
What about
looking at some? Go ahead.
What about Teamer? No Teamer on that list either.
I'm skeptical just because it seems like he is going to have a hard time wrestling a full 7 minutes. So that's where I'm at with that.
Skepticism.
Yeah, you're very. Yeah, your negativity is showing.
Damn, I'm sorry. God,
you don't believe in gas tanks or knees.
No, I mean they're both vital things, and whenever they're slacking, it's hard to.
They can get better though.
Yeah, maybe Michael Blockus. He's an option. I don't know.
I'd like to see a Chittum Shapiro or a Haynes match. That'd be good. That'd be a good match.
Yeah. Another
Chittum just got beat by Ryder Downey. What about Ryder Downey?
Head.
I haven't seen any Ryder Downey.
Ryder Downey is good, dude. He's legit.
I believe that.
15-4 on the year.
157 is just a good weight. 157 and 65, the premier weights for sure.
97, pretty good too.
Yeah.
Other than
just
obviously the guy other than the guy who's going to run away with it probably.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks about it is like you have like, oh, there's going to be so many competitive matches, but also we know who the champ is going to be.
Well, like everyone thought that about Spencer Lee, didn't they?
What about like last year? Was 97 even that interesting last year when it wasn't that way?
I kind of thought it was interesting.
It was interesting, but it's also I don't know.
Did you pick Nino Bonacorsi? Did you pick Nino Bonacorsi to win it, Reese?
No.
No, you did not.
But that is not. What does that have to do with anything?
I'm just saying, though.
Are you just hating on my skills as a picker?
No. I'm just saying it was not. It was not an easy weight to like figure out who was going to win it.
It was for sure the deepest weight class.
Yeah. It's 190. I mean, and it was entertaining. There was a lot of good guys at that weight. A lot of good matches.
There's just something about 197 for me.
Look at Jacob Warner. Jacob Warner came alive last year.
You just can't say Jacob Warner's name. That's just gonna detract from the whole
That's
thing.
gonna put it down. That's gonna put it down in Reese's book for sure.
Why?
Reese
I
does
don't
not like
know.
Jacob Warner.
Dude, he
Jacob Warner in
beat some good
197.
dudes to place.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just the way he does it.
It's the style he wrestles that Reese doesn't like that stuff.
I
Might be
kinda-
his walkout song.
I kind of felt like he opened up at Nationals last year a little more than he had during the year.
I don't even know. I don't know what.
Let me put it this way. Younger Bastida did not place at 197 last year.
Cool stat, nerd.
I'm just saying. He didn't place. And that kid was good. And he's good right now.
Yes, he is.
He could win heavyweight, and he didn't even place at 97 last year.
Hey, man, it's just a weird weight. It's not like the middle or lower weights. They're just not. It's never going to be like as interesting unless you get like some really high level 197.
Pretty sure Tanner Sloan pinned Rocky today.
He did. That did happen. I was going to say SDSU almost pulled off the upset over Missouri.
Yeah, how did that do? I didn't even forget about that one.
I think it ended
Eat your words, Reese.
What did I say?
You said 90. I don't know. You make it sound like 97 is just not exciting. Weight class is exciting.
It's exciting, but not in the like same ways as like the middle or lower weights are. Even or like you know what? I would consider 125 and 197 very similar this year, except for 125 and 197 of last year are very similar.
And how do you perceive 125 this year? Are you not excited
As
about it?
a lot of low level, not low level. Like
damn.
You know what I mean. Well, I'm very low level, obviously, but you know what I'm saying.
Dirt level.
There are.
Are you
a lot of
saying
superstars at 125 this year, and there weren't last year at 197.
Is Matt Ramos separating himself right now, though?
No.
Okay.
I think what you're saying is 125 is a mile wide and an inch deep. Is that what you're saying?
Sounds like some Alabama speak. I don't know what you're saying.
No, just like it's like a lake that's a mile wide and an inch deep. You know?
Yeah. It's more like a mile deep and an inch wide.
I guess it depends on how you look at it, huh?
I don't know. I can't really follow the. Yeah.
Everybody's on the same level. That's what I'm saying. Is everybody's on the same level?
Yeah, but they're
like,
and
number
then
1
the
through
level
20,
is
they're all right there.
And the level is not like super duper high. That's what I'm trying to say.
I got you. But speaking, because we briefly mentioned it, Missouri and South Dakota State wrestled today, like an hour or two ago, and Missouri beat them 22-19. And we were talking earlier this week, just between the three of us, we were texting about who do we think is going to be the coach of the year? Who are the contenders, right? And I think with a solid postseason, that South Dakota State is going to get Damian Hahn, the coach of the year. I think.
What happens if? All right. I mean, there's so many things.
And who said that first?
Reese, I think, said that first.
Indeed.
What happens when Penn State breaks the point record, or if they break the point record?
Words. What? Oh.
If Penn State breaks the point record, it's going back to Kale.
Probably, yeah.
If John Smith takes second place as a team, and then retires, it's going to John Smith.
I agree. But right now, the front runner is Damian Hahn.
All right.
In my opinion.
I'm with you on that. The front runner is Damian Hahn right now.
Because Oklahoma State, they're gonna need to do what they haven't done in a while.
Perform in the postseason?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
It just seems like they got the team to do it. They just kind of based off of hearing guys talk in interviews. It's like it's more about wrestling for your team, less about wrestling for yourself. That kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
They look really good this year. I'm hopeful.
I'm hopeful as well.
Yeah. I was cheering on Oklahoma State when Daringer was wrestling there, so I am more than happy to see them do that well again.
It's just just a team you root for. Who doesn't root for the Cowboys, man?
It kind of depends.
What do you mean?
There have definitely been years where I've been like, I don't want this team. I'm not cheering this team on. I think it might have been from Nationals that one year we were sitting in front of some Cowboy fans, and they were loud and obnoxious, and I was like, okay, I'm now no longer a Cowboy fan. That might have been the problem. Yeah, it deterred me.
That's what happened to me with Penn State. I'm not going to lie. The COVID year, when in 2021, we were sitting behind some Penn State fans that literally knew nothing about wrestling, and they were just spouting out nonsense. And I was like, you guys are so annoying. So
That's
annoying.
the year that I'm talking about. I thought that those were Oklahoma State fans.
No. That dude was a Penn State dude. That dude had Nittany Lion all over.
But there was a lady behind us too.
He was
the fixed lady.
The fixed lady. But the dude in front of us, this is why you're confused, because the dude in front of us so badly wanted Ferrari to win against Bonacorsi.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And his son was sitting next to him rooting for Bonacorsi, and he goes, "Why don't you want the Pennsylvania guy to win?" I was like, "Oh yeah, get him!"
Nice, love that. I want to take a look, transition just a little bit. Still staying in college wrestling. Look at some of how the Kansas kids did this weekend. We had another pin for Wyatt Hendrickson. Now, I heard about this match. They were wrestling Northern Colorado.
Wyatt Hendrickson.
Our informant at that duel told me that. So he was wrestling the Northern Colorado backup, and apparently this guy only hits lat drops. And apparently he lat dropped Wyatt Hendrickson to his back and got near fall. And then Hendrickson somehow got out of it and then got the pin.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. All right.
And the next one that I wanted to give a shout out to is the return of Marcus Robinson.
Yes. I'm glad you brought that up. I was thinking about that earlier in the week, and I forgot about it. Yes.
I don't understand. Where has he been?
I don't know. Were they maybe appealing?
Only do one semester?
Maybe they were appealing. Oh yeah, maybe he could only wrestle one semester. I have no clue. I have no idea.
Where is he at now? Is he still?
He's still at Cleveland.
Still Cleveland State.
Oh.
Yep. He has
one semester left, is what you're saying?
Possibly. Yeah. I don't know. We don't know.
I mean, well, but he didn't start wrestling until February, so there might have been something else going on there. But he is 3-0 on the year with 2 tech falls and a decision. Not against like great competition, but I think we're basically too late for him to get anything like RPI or an allocation or anything like that. But let's go, Marcus.
He'll have to. Yeah, he'll probably have to
win the MAC, right? Or is he in the MAC, or what is he in?
Yeah, they're in the MAC. I don't know if he'll have to win it. It depends on how many automatic qualifiers they get for the weight. So win it. Just win it. Just win it. Rob, just win it. Get yourself back to the dance. See what you can do.
Do your dance.
And then another one that I noticed just now is for Air Force. It's Bubba Wright. Has he been wrestling the whole year?
I don't know. I don't think so.
He did not get the dub in this match.
That's all right.
He wrestled Dominic Serrano. He's up at 133. Actually, no, he's been wrestling all year long. So I just
has he been starting? I guess that's the question you need to ask.
I think so. He wrestled Wyoming, Cal Poly in North Dakota State, Cal Baptist, Utah Valley. It looks like he's starting.
Well, you've been doing a terrible job of paying attention, Sammy. So
I'm sorry. Honestly, I read the name and I was like, isn't that a Kansas kid? Like, I'm pretty sure that kid's from Kansas. And I was like, oh yeah, he's
Cape and Mount Carmel.
Yep. So it's my fault, but I was losing touch.
Cape on.
And yeah, we had a couple others. Devin Dawson wrestled. He had a tough match against Zach Elam.
He got the first take. He blasted Zach Elam right off his feet. That was awesome. And then he lost. Yep. That was not awesome.
Yeah.
That's right. Devin Dawson.
Dev Dawson.
He transferred to Goddard his senior year he was a Minnesota boy, transferred to Goddard, and then he wrestled at Pratt. He was a 3-time All-American at Pratt.
Isn't he another one of those kids who went from 106 to heavyweight in college or in high school or something like that? Or maybe he was 138 to heavyweight, something like that.
I don't know. No clue. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he jumped. So. Yeah.
He did not win a Kansas. He did not win a Kansas State title. That's all I know.
Who beat him his senior year? It was a good match, wasn't it?
He got beat by a kid from Arc City, and then Tony Caldwell beat the Arch City kid.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah. Thinking about Tony. Big Tone.
Tony had never beaten him. Still hasn't.
Love that. Yeah, that's all I got for this. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts. I have. I want to move on to.
My thoughts are your closet looks really nice, Sammy.
Thanks. I got
Very nice closet.
most of it's not my clothes, but
It's just nice and organized.
Yeah, everything's folded, hung up, all that. It's nice. Moving on to some freestyle wrestling because we had. This wasn't the Euro qualifier. This was just the European Championships, right?
Yep,
This weekend.
Yep.
And a name we haven't really seen a whole lot from for the last couple of years, but he kind of announced himself, was Kizhan Clarke. He took bronze, and he had a close but pretty fun match.
Who's he wrestling for? Germany?
Bronze. Germany, yes, Germany,
Okay,
which is interesting.
Got some German ancestry.
Yes, and the match that a lot of people are pointing at is him beating Bazgin Tavanyan, who we know as a guy who has beaten Yanni and recently lost to Sebastian Rivera at the World Championships, but then smashed Sebastian Rivera at their last event. So that's a big result.
Classic Tavanyan.
Winning and losing?
Yeah, he just, highs and lows.
Yeah.
In the most boring way.
Yep.
Highs and lows. Never goes too high or too low, but they're there.
They're there.
Ebb and flow, highs and low.
Yep.
Peaks and troughs.
Peaks and troughs.
But yeah, I think we had, what's his name? I'm missing it right now. It's escaping my mind. Oh, Amin. We had Amin make it to the finals where he lost to once Russian but now Greek Kurugliev.
Yep.
But he had a very fun match in the semis against a Turk. Beat him.
He beat Kurugliev or he lost? What'd you say?
No, he lost. It looks like 3-1.
What was the deal with Sadulayev?
Or no, maybe 2-1. All I know is that he was denied access for some sort of like invalid visa type situation.
So did he actually? They just didn't let him on the plane to go to Bucharest, or was he in Bucharest and then they sent him home?
I think he was denied entry to Bucharest.
Okay,
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm guessing.
That was my question.
I think it was in transition to Bucharest. I think he had like a connecting flight, and wherever he was connecting, they were like, "We can't let you through."
Nomad was probably celebrating that.
Yeah, whatever. It just sucks that you can't wrestle.
Dude doesn't even fight in the war. Let him wrestle.
Right, exactly.
Sports and politics. Let him be separate. I don't know.
Some other results
let him
to look
play.
at.
Yeah, let him wrestle. Who cares? Who cares what he thinks? Who cares how he feels? Let him wrestle.
Rashidov from Russia lost in the finals to Albania's Dudayev, who I don't know if I...
The dude.
Dudayev.
The dude, he's been there.
That?
Yeah, he's been around.
Okay. Well,
Pull your head out of your butt, Sammy.
You never even heard of the dude.
No, it's news to me. The dude is news. But yeah. Guess that's all I got.
That's all I got. Look at my background. You see my background?
Yeah, he's pissed.
You see how dark my background is?
I was like, man, it is slowly getting darker for Reese, and I know he's just pissed right now.
Fail.
Yeah, it is 6:15 too. That's exactly when you said it was going to get dark.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Yeah. There was some horrible officiating this weekend, but I don't have any clips to pull up or anything like that, so I can't. I don't have anything to reference. But I was hearing a lot of complaints about it. I think it was Saturday night. So
I had something I want to rant about too, but I didn't write it down. So.
Oh, I did. But it's not related to wrestling. But Reese, I texted you about it, about the goaltending situation in
Oh
college
yeah.
basketball.
I
See,
thought you
you've
were.
been doing a lot of.
I'm not
you've
gonna
been
lie,
doing a lot
Sammy.
of.
I'm not gonna lie, Sammy. I thought you were setting him up for a joke the way he fucking got you with one of his jokes.
No.
Okay.
You've been doing
Reese,
a
what were you
lot
gonna
of
say?
hitting us with like you'll say something and then you won't explain yourself. And
Yeah.
you've literally been like, let me explain, or I can explain, and then you never
I'll tell you about
explain.
it later, and then you never tell us about it later.
All
What's
right.
up with
Well,
that?
it's later. It's later. Can
No,
I give
there's too
my?
many. You don't even remember
Yeah,
them.
we can. I'm gonna have to go
Well,
back and look. I'm gonna have to scroll.
I remember one of them. Okay,
All
it's
right.
the goaltending thing. Okay, so in this, and I think this is a new thing. I don't fully know because I'm not well ingrained into the realm of college basketball. But I figured, Reese, you've been watching a good amount of it this year, so maybe you know what I'm talking about. But they do this thing now where they will call goaltending if they see it, right? And whenever you call that, you automatically give the team that shot the
Yeah,
points,
it's the
right? So
points.
I was
Yeah.
watching.
2 or
We
3.
were
Hasn't that
watching
always been
Auburn,
that way?
Kentucky.
Yes.
Well, so what they do now, or what they do, yeah, what their process is now is they call that, and then they will go review it at the next media break, right? But if you call it, so the team gets the points, right, and the other team gets the ball,
Yeah.
right? So it was like 9-18, and Kentucky was called for goaltending, so Auburn got 2 points, so it's 19-11
And
now,
Kentucky got the
and
ball
then
back, right?
Kentucky gets the ball back, right? And
Mhm.
then a couple minutes later, they have a media break, and Auburn loses their points because it wasn't goaltending. And it's like, okay, so they lose their shot at getting like scoring points there. Basically, I feel like that's stupid. Is that not dumb?
So dumb.
Oh my god! All right, Reese wants to leave.
that was funny. I was getting real close to the TV or to the computer screen here too, trying to find him. I was like, man, he disappeared into the darkness.
Why is it
Just
dumb?
left. So
Dumb because they took the points away, and then the other team still got the ball back, and
I can give
So
you
did
I
Kentucky
can
win
give
or
you
lose?
Kentucky beat Auburn, but I can give you a comparison, right? It's basically Kerry Cola at Worlds, where Kerry Cola wins the match, and then they go back and review it, and they're like, "No, you lost the match."
yeah,
It's just at a smaller example,
it's
right?
comparable to that because it's
But if
basically
they call,
it's like all right, so but you still gave Auburn the ball back, and then they drove it, and then I get it.
you can only, I feel like you should only be able to do that if Auburn gets the ball back, right? Or if the team that had the scored for goaltending gets the ball back, then it's
I've
like, okay,
always
that makes sense.
I've always thought if you get hit for goaltending, then not only do you get the points back, but you get the ball back at half court. That's kind of what I always
No,
thought it should be. Why not?
that's not what it is.
Well,
But
no,
no, I
that's
agree.
what it should be. That's
He
what
thinks it should be.
That's what it should
Yes,
be.
yes.
I disagree.
Why?
Contrarian, is that why? Yeah.
Don't
that's why.
cheat. Don't cheat, Reese. You're a cheater, Reese.
So
I'll smack that ball whenever I want.
I don't know. I didn't like it. I was watching it. Don't take this too seriously. I've been an Auburn fan this year because I like one of their players. I like KD Johnson because he plays basketball like a wrestler, and I like it. What? What, Ryan?
You're from Alabama, dude.
No, I'm not.
You
No, no,
are.
no, 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 no.
You are.
No, because if KU plays, I cheer them on. If Indiana plays, I cheer them on.
You're
So-
Alabama guy.
No. Because I have receipts. I've been cheering this guy on since I was at Indiana. One player, okay. Auburn can lose the rest of their games, but I want to watch one player.
All right, fine.
Okay, thank you.
Roll Tide.
If you want to.
Dude, they got a good basketball team too.
They're all right.
Yeah, the SEC is picking it up a little bit. What else did I say that I said? Let me explain later.
I don't know. I have to go back and scroll, Sammy. You've done it 5
Well,
times at least.
I'm scrolling right now, and I've found the goaltending one, but I can't find.
Oh my goodness, dude! Do you know how
Another
much?
one.
Do you know how much you text in that group chat, Sammy?
I'm sorry that I'm a good communicator, Ryan.
Oh, you're not always, but when you don't want, or let me explain. When we want you to be a good communicator, you're almost non-communicato.
The 141 ACCs make no sense. I said, how come I can explain? Never
Never
We
explain.
talked about it. We talked about it on the last episode. We talked about it on the last
no,
episode.
we did
That
talk
is the
about
most
it.
of that is full receipts right there.
No.
So shut your mouth.
Full
No,
receipts.
that one
All
doesn't
right,
count.
keep going, Reese. Keep
That
going.
one doesn't count.
Keep going.
That because I said let me explain. What I was going to do is I was going to make one of those little social media clips, and I was like, no, I'm just going to talk about it on the podcast. There's a lot to talk about.
If you're going to say that, can't explain
It's
later.
a
Watch
lot.
this one.
Go ahead.
I'm going back. Hold on. Let me go back. I don't want to go back anymore.
You're saying the
My finger
kale,
hurts.
something about kale speak.
Oh.
Wait, I
Yep.
don't know.
Yeah. No, that one. Yep.
Yeah,
that
no,
one.
that's fair.
That one.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
That's a
I was
good
just
one.
talking about how because I've been watching a good amount of Cale Sanderson interviews lately, and I'm like, okay, I'm finally starting to understand, like, because I used to listen to them and hear him give answers to questions, and I'm like, did he just give like a politician's answer? Did he like completely ignore the question? But now I'm starting to listen. I'm like, okay, no, he did answer the question. It's just he's got this philosophy that he adheres to, and that he's able to apply that to like basically any type of question that anybody can ask. And because he's got this well-rounded idea of how he should be a coach.
It's kind of his own form of trolling too, a little bit.
A little bit, and sometimes he has some fun with it, right? Whenever like that one guy was like, what do you think about sequencing? And he's like, we would like to do more of that. Yeah. And it's like, that's trolling, and it's funny, but also, he's just talking about how he's like, I just want my athletes to have fun and get better at wrestling. That's all I'm really worried about. It's like, yeah, okay. Don't have to worry about anything else. Like, are you worried about so-and-so weight cut, blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, that's something that we need to get under control, but I just want to make sure that my athlete's doing well, basically. It's like, oh, cool. You didn't dodge the question. You answered it, and you showed your main focus. I don't know. That's what I was getting from it.
You were semi-transparent.
When I was texting you, is that what?
No, I'm saying Kale. He's always semi-transparent. You can't say he's not transparent, but you can't say he is. He's semi.
Right.
Which that's fine. It's better than some coaches. Some coaches are non-transparent, and it's just like,
Yeah.
What do you call that? Non-transparent. What is that?
Opaque.
Well, that's like midway. That's like the halfway one.
Nope. I believe opaque is.
It's blurry.
No.
It's whenever you go into the shadows, like you've been doing this whole podcast, Reese.
Look it up. Look up opaque. It's blurry. That's the mid.
Opposite
that's the middle one.
Of transparent.
Antonyms of transparent.
Opaque, cloudy, thick, coarse.
Nah, bro. That's not what I'm talking about. Look, opaque. Oh, look, listen. What's the definition of opaque? Let's look up the definition of opaque here.
Ah! Turn your phone
Not
off.
able to be seen through.
Me.
Not transparent.
Hey, listen. That's not what I listened. That's not what I learned in school. Okay.
Yes, it is.
There was the third
You know what
one.
they use as an example for opaque?
There was transparent, opaque, and then there was one more, and I don't remember what it was.
No. It was transparent something and then opaque. Opaque, what they used to describe opaque was like a tree, because light doesn't go through it. All the light bounces off of it.
Then what was the middle one?
I transparent.
Translucent, maybe?
Oh, it might be. Yeah, I think it is translucent.
What's translucent mean?
Translucent is like it's a little foggy, Some of the light is reflected back.
That is what I was thinking translucent.
Tell me why ain't nothing but a...
You okay, Ryan?
No, I'm bored with you guys and your
I'm bored too.
And your dumb transparent talk. I'm
sorry
I even brought it up.
Moving forward, whenever I'm communicating with you guys, I'll try and be as transparent as possible. Okay.
Yeah. Quit being so translucent.
Don't say I will tell you later and then wait a week. That's all I care about.
It is
playing
later.
mind games.
All right. Look, man. I'm sorry. I'll do better. I'm sorry. We want to wrap it up. Let's get out of here.
Okay. I'm not even going to lift now. It's been too long. It's taking
go lift. You can go lift. Get a flashlight.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Have a good night or day. Whenever you listen to this. Bye bye.